This is by far the best Mercedes. I'll include a link to the Land Rover and Lehigh website in the description down below. They're providing us with this GLS. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through a 9-speed automatic. It puts out 510 horsepower and then 538 pound-feet of torque. We are closing in on 500,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help me out with that. Now, starting with the hood, you can see this one's finished in this special green color. Mercedes lets you customize things if you're willing to spend the money. And then the headlights are kind of interesting, especially the daytime running light, how it wraps around a little bit. And then you can see we've got some blacked out trim with the parking sensors, and then there's a kind of bronze-ish finish on the grille. Altogether, in person, the green pops quite a bit more than what it's showing on camera. 285 by 40 by 23 is the tire and wheel setup up front. You can see the body painted fender flare, blacked out wheel with the silver. And then in the back, it's 325 by 35 by 23, and you've got a bigger fender flare. If we take a look at the side profile, you can see you've got a fixed side step there at the bottom. And then I think this angle on camera shows the green a little bit better with some light hitting it. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function, the opening for the hatch, and pretty nice Mercedes key fob. Now we're actually going to start with some third row features. In the third row, you get heated seats, some USB ports, and you've got the function to actually fold the seat down. There's also soft touch and stitching there for third row passengers. Now, something to note, with the third row folded down, tons of space. With it folded up, you can see the line is actually right there. You actually still have a decent amount of space in the cargo area. That being said, I have been in the third row of the GLS and it is pretty cramped, so it's definitely a third row for kids. Now, if that wasn't enough, there's these controls here on the side to raise and lower these seats, and you can see on the other side. So that was for the second row, and then this is for the third row, and then also for the suspension to raise and lower it. And when you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch down. Got a bunch of little dots there for the taillights. You can see the rest of the chrome trim here on the back. And that will cap things off for the exterior. Also, look at the spoiler up top. Spoiler on an SUV. This week's giveaway makes my Jeep look lame because it is a supercharged Rubicon 392 that is fully decked out, producing 650 horsepower. Now, not only can you win this Rubicon 392, but part of the giveaway is also $26,000 in cash to help pay for the taxes. And not only that, your donations go towards helping children's and veterans charities. So use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Any donation, $25 or more, will give you 4x bonus entries. Let's now pop inside. Would you look at that? We got fancy automatic sunshades. We have heated and ventilated seats for the second row. You've got your seat adjustments here on the side, window and sunshade controls, and then look at the two-tone coloration. Pillow headrests. The seats are perforated all down the center too. Legroom in the back is good. We also have a little storage net, some vents here in the rear, got a little cup holder. We have some more vents. Dual zone climate here for the back. You even have automatic climate, which is kind of a fancy feature. There's good headroom here in the back, and you also have the panoramic sunroof, and there's some vents throughout the top for airflow. Let's now check out the front. So, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. It's got the upgraded sound system. Quality's really good, and you've got a million speakers. You've got heated, cooled seats up front, memory seats. You've got your power seat adjustments. You can see all of the window controls. The mirrors power fold in, and then you've got more of that two-tone coloration. More pillow headrests. Again, perforated down the center here with the seats. They're doing cloth stripping on a $160,000 MSRP car. And you'll note with the passenger, they got a lot of the same functions as the driver. Now, I do want to mention the windows front and back are acoustic glass, so very insulated inside. And then we do have our little light controls to the left of the steering wheel. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel itself, perforated on either side. You do have paddle shifters there on the back. We've got practical controls in the front face, including for the center screen. That is for the gauge cluster, cruise control, and then your volume and voice command controls. And so there's definitely a lot happening on the steering wheel. There's even a column shifter behind it. With the gauge cluster, fully digital means that you can change exactly what is displayed in the gauge cluster, so pretty customizable. This comes with a 360 camera system, good resolution, and then you got the parking sensors all around. As for the rest of the infotainment system, notice that we've got our little off-road page set up. But yeah, it's quick to respond. I can also control it with a keypad or with the steering wheel. And being a GLS, this is of course going to come with massaging seats. Got the forward vents there on the dash. You can see the physical climate control buttons, and of course you got the manufacturer logo because it's a loaded up version. But yeah, look at this. Nice trim on the dash, and then also the heads-up display. Phone charging pad. We've got the heated cooled cup holders. You've got this little pad to control the infotainment system. Physical buttons all around, including for like the drive mode select, your volume control. And then behind that, we actually have some like kind of off-road stuff happening. So you notice hill descent control, stability for the suspension, and then you've got, looks like off-road cruise control, hill climb assist, whatever. That's an interesting center console. It's got good space, USB port. There's a nice soft touch trim there. Actually doesn't have a fancy headliner, surprisingly. But again, panoramic sunroof. Brand new, this spec was about 160K roughly. Let's see how it performs. GLS 580. And this one is super custom. Gotta love how custom this one is. I've reviewed a few manufacturer cars. When I'm talking about Mercedes, you know, special manufacturer stuff. I reviewed a few of them over the years, and I've seen quite a few cool G-wagons. But I'd have to say this combination of the brown interior with the green exterior is definitely one of the best that I've seen. I think it's really good looking. Sounds good too with that V8. Apparently they're going to be redoing the GLS pretty soon. 26 might be the last model year that's of this current style. Man, you gotta love how well this drives. It's super comfortable with the adjustable suspension. And again, this is unibody with independent suspension all around. And so on road, it handles well, and it's, like I said, it's extremely comfortable. Out of all of the Mercedes, I mean, it's tough with this in the S-Class, right? The thing that I do like about the SUV over the S-Class is just the utility associated with it, right? You've got a bit more space inside, you know, like vertical space. And the S-Class, though, being lower to the ground, I mean, that kind of makes it even better on road with the handling and everything, but oh, this drives so well. This is so comfortable. That auto stop start's aggressive. Some of these higher end luxury cars, I mean, some other cars are adopting this. You know, a lot of cars with auto stop start, you come to a stop and then it'll shut off the engine. But with a lot of these luxury cars, it's like as you're rolling to a stop, you know, it'll shut off the engine. Super smooth power delivery. Again, that's why you get a V8, is not just the power, but also how it delivers that power. It is incredibly smooth, loads of torque. Gosh, I love how this handles. It just carves around those corners. Again, for a luxury vehicle. And the thing is, the reason why you want this to handle well is not because you're trying to be a race car driver. It's more about being comfortable around the corners so that it actually makes the drive more luxurious, I would say. Oh man, this is so nice. See, this car it just completely confuses me as to why so many people buy G-wagons. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the looks just like you guys, but when it comes to drive, like the driving experience, this drives so much better than a G-wagon. Like, they're not even in the same universe. This is so much more comfortable. It drives so much better. The only benefit of the G-wagon is the off-road side of things, but nobody takes them off-road. So it's like, you have an inferior car when it comes to the driving dynamics. And the thing that it's good at, the off-roading, you're never gonna use. So, in conclusion, the GLS is, in my opinion, the best Mercedes in terms of a representation of what the brand is all about. This is luxurious. It's
quiet, it's comfortable. It has tons of interior space. It's got lots of features. The only thing that I think is a little bit of a downside and why people get the G-Wagon is just the looks. I do think that Mercedes could do a few things to make this look a little bit prettier. And I will say that kind of transfers to, it's not just Mercedes. I think that Audi suffers from this. I think the BMW suffers from this. But mostly I would say Mercedes right now is that their SUVs that aren't the G-Wagon are just kind of these weird crossover type blob looking things. They're not pretty. Like you don't double take. You know, this is at a Land Rover dealership. It's like you look at like every single Land Rover for the most part. I mean, some of them like the Evoque are not necessarily the prettiest, but they're all good looking cars. So let me know your thoughts on this GLS 580 that's pretty darn customized. I think it's a really nice car. I think the biggest thing that Mercedes could do is not the driving dynamics, but rather with making this car just look better. They need to kind of revitalize their styling with their SUVs, because their cars look good. The G-Wagon looks good, but the rest of the SUVs are just kind of blobbish.